Hey, this is Sean Mack with next week's topic with Everything is a Remix, and I'm here with Jack. So I'm gonna let Jack introduce himself before we get started.
Hi, my name is Jack Wang, and I am a DM major student with no emphasis because I want to do almost everything in DM. And I'm from China, and I'm 20 years old. This is probably my third year in GC now.
Like Jack said, he's a DM major, digital media major. That's what it means. That's the slang word, DM. I thought Jack would be a good person to interview because the topic is Everything is a Remix, is a topic about everything in media, videos, songs, anything you see is a remix. Nothing is original anymore, and I want to get Jack's opinions and his thoughts on it. So I know you've heard it before, but like everything is a remix. What's like the first thing that comes to your mind? Like I know you heard it, but like what was the first thing that did come to your mind when you first heard that saying or whatever?
I would say music, because like Imagine Dragon and what's the other bands? I forgot. But like Imagine Dragon does lots of remix on their songs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and American authors. Like my roommate listened to their song all the time, and you know, what's that song? The best day ever or something like that.
Yeah.
But like there are tons of remix on Spotify and iTunes.
Yeah.
But each of them is different. Like you can't really tell. Like besides the lyrics, but like you can't really tell which one's which. So, and another thing that come up to my mind, I would say it's video or like movie. There's also remake movies, but like sometimes for like short videos, people do remix, like game videos or I would say like what happened in a classical movie like Godfather, like a classical scene, and people putting the more modern movies nowadays. It's somehow considered as another remix, like because you're basically still like copying that from the old ones.
Yeah. And
you just add like a bunch of special effects or technology or words in there. So.
Yeah, it's good that you brought that up. I know because obviously there's a lot of remixes out there and covers. You know, people not as popular artists will remix popular artists. You know, for one to get attention, for two just to do it, and just other reasons. But what you just said, that last one, on my blog I wrote about how artists nowadays, like we're not copying other previous artists and their styles, but in a way, do you think artists now, either popular like songs, video, anything, do you think nothing is original because all the ideas have kind of been used, so people are just kind of remaking their version without calling it copying? But like, how do you feel about that?
I think when I think of this, I think of this sentence. I don't know if either Deloitte or somebody else saying creation or innovation, it's always on the basis of copying or in some ways remix. Like
Deloitte's watching this right now, so ask him.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Deloitte, you can answer me later, but like for instance, if I'm creating graphics for Papyrus, like for instance, I need this little feature image for this article about midterm election right now. So what I do, I probably just go to the website and grab like a bunch of photos or pictures, and I put them in AI and I illustrate them, or I will add something like colors, shapes that I like, but I will still grab them from like other pictures on the internet.
Yeah.
So basically, the resources I'm using are not my own, like somebody else created.
Yeah.
But this process of like putting them together and looks a different thing.
Yeah.
That's the part of creation, innovation, or creativity is where that comes from. But I think it's a common not a problem, but it's like common shared ideas now. Like I went to the what's the thing? AIGA, the St. Louis like design week a few weeks ago with Deloitte and like Katie and my friend, but a couple of like other DM students. The dude, he's pretty funny, but I forgot his name. He was talking like he's a graphic designer, so he said like basically everything on the internet he created. He created like a, I think a logo for the Obama, the medical insurance reform. So like he just grabbed a bunch of like other pictures of vectors and put them together.
Yeah.
And like, but he got famous by that. He got paid a lot, like, because government paid him to do that.
Yeah.
But that's like copying, and that's not his original idea. But this process that he putting them together is what I think belongs to every single different designers or videographer or photographer. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's good. So, do you think there's a difference between influences, like being influenced by an artist, like influences and templates? What I mean, not like legit templates, but do you think there's a difference? Like, oh, I'm inspired or influenced by this artist. Is that the same thing as saying, oh, they set this template for me to where I kind of base my style or whatever it is off them? Like, do you think there's a difference between inspiration and template, I guess?
I think there definitely is or are. Because for me, template is more like a human skeleton without flesh. A kind of, not, I don't know if it's not appropriate analogy, but like it's pretty much like that. Like you in Dreamweaver, you create a website and then you create a template, and then like basically all the CSS sheet and like those little HTML forms for like the brick, the wrappers, they're all there. But what do you need to do? You just add a content in there. So that's what a template looks like. So if you apply that to like videos, music, or other types of arts, or even in media, it's pretty much just like the whole like genres of movies, like westerns. We were just talking about in the film study class. It's all like, you know, gun, outlaws, cowboys, gunfight, death, like that. Yeah, and you just
that's a perfect example. Yeah,
right. You just add content in there, but like will always be this little icons that appear in all those genres, the same genre of movie. So this big like skeleton, the template won't change. But by influence, I think it's more like you are inspired, but you probably won't buy all of the things from the originals. Like you probably won't take anything or everything from this artist you're inspired from. Like if you, for instance, if you're like making a again like graphics, and I would say I was inspired by Saul Bass, or Saul Bass, I don't know how to say it, but his style is just really like dramatic with different colors, and I could say I was inspiring him, but I can use dramatic shades, but then I can just focus on one like single color, and I would say that's my own style. But then I got inspired from him, and I still get this process and this like consciousness that I am creating my own things depending on the basis of inspiration. Oops. I guess Saul Bass just say something to me, but by the inspiration of like this artist.
Yeah.
So they're definitely different, but I would say it's also hard to distinguish for most people, because you can really just like go over to another side without realizing that. So.
Yeah. Well, that's some good content. So. Well, yeah, we're gonna wrap it up there. That's good. So. Alrighty. Well, I want to thank Jack again for taking 9 minutes out of his precious night. And until next week, this is Sean Mack. See ya.